Today's episode of Film Riot's brought to you by Squarespace and Thrillist. Today on Film Riot Lighting Test, then Brian Brushwood and I have a magical face-off. Welcome to Film Riot, the show that takes the mystery out of the effects and techniques to go into some of your favorite Hollywood films. I'm your host, Ryan Conley. Now, we've mentioned Tell several times on the show, and a lot of you have been asking what the holdup is. Well, one of the biggest holdups on that is my schedule. But I have been making a lot of headway in getting the short film done, and I will be shooting it very, very soon. So with the production coming so fast, it was time for me to finally get some lighting tests done. Now, I can't show you the lighting test I actually did because the things I had to test give away important moments of the film. But I thought this was a cool / important thing to show you guys, so I did another lighting test that's separate from Tell so I can show you my process. And go. For me, a lighting test is an overall image test because the whole reason I do this is to make sure I'll be getting the final image I'm looking to get, color correction and all. First of all, you need to make sure to do the test with the camera you will actually be shooting with. For these tests I'm about to show you, I shot with my Canon 5D, but for the actual Tell tests, I was using the Canon XL-H1 since that's the camera I will be shooting my short film with. I'm going with the XL-H1 because I wanted more of an organic 16mm look, and from everything I tried out, that camera came the closest to the feel I wanted. But the XL-H1 isn't my camera, it's a friend's camera, and I didn't have it at the time we did these tests, so for this test, let's just assume I would be using the 5D. Although I won't be. I'll be using the XL-H1. Before you get started, you need to know what you want your film to look like and feel like. Yes, feel like. The angles, lighting, and color that you choose will cause your audience to feel a certain way. Understanding this will help push the tone of your film more and hopefully engage your audience that much more. For me, I already know what I want my film to look like while I'm writing, so the look I'm going for has already been in my head the entire process. But the one thing I like to do is look at other films that have a similar look to the one I'm going for so I can analyze how they achieved it. Doing this will give you a lot of ideas to try out during your test. The first thing I did was to test different lights against my actor's face. Now, Josh isn't even in the film. The main actor is actually Todd Bruno, but for the purpose of this test, we're gonna be using Josh. So first I used the Kino, then the China Ball, then my open face light, first bare, then with CTB, and then CTO. I did this to see how his face would react to each different light since each has a different color temperature and spread. I wanted to make sure that I would be using the right light on my lead at the right times, again to help further push the visual storytelling. After that, I shot a few different setups in the location that I would actually be shooting. Again, not what you're seeing here. Also, when you do this, it's good to have your actor in the wardrobe they will be wearing on the day. That way you can see how the actor's clothes will react to your lighting and final color correction. Another thing I tested out was different methods of separation, meaning how to make sure your actor stands out from his or her background. I'll be using different methods for this throughout the film depending on the moment. One thing I tested out for use for contextual reasons was the use of lighting on the background instead of a backlight on the actor to make them stand out. Which is another great thing about these tests. You're gonna stumble on a ton of great ideas to help visually tell your story. The final thing I did was to test the camera at different ISO, shutter, and iris settings to find out what numbers the camera worked best at. But now with all that shot, I brought my footage into my editing suite and started adding the final coloring I wanted for the film. Going through this full process will show you how far you can push your camera and how much light you need to pump in to get the look you want. Can you do it mostly in camera, or will you have to overlight then fix it in post? For me, I'll be doing it mostly in camera. But another thing it does show you, like I said before, is how your actor's clothing will react to your lighting and final color. For me, I found out that Todd's shirt would get too dark at times, so that's something that I'm gonna be keeping in mind and compensating for while we shoot the film. If I hadn't done these tests, I wouldn't have caught that, and I would have been kicking myself in the editing suite. And that's where a lot of no-budget films go wrong. They ignore some very important pre-pro processes like this one and end up making all the mistakes while shooting instead of finding them before production. But now, let's take a second to show our sponsors some love. Then, fun with Brian Brushwood.
And your kitten is now a cupcake!
I agree. Devil worshiper.
Huh?
Bag him.
No!
Squarespace offers users a flexible solution for anyone looking to create a blog, personal portfolio, or any kind of website. No matter what level of coding experience you have, Squarespace can provide the tools needed to create a high-end, complex website that is uniquely your own. Don't worry if you come across any questions or issues, Squarespace also offers every user 24/7 support. Squarespace just pushed a brand new social widget for geolocation services. Display your most recent check-ins from Foursquare, Gowalla, and Facebook Places on a live Google map. Squarespace is the only web publishing platform with a native built-in solution for displaying your check-in data. The widget is totally customizable and fully integrated with the Squarespace style editor. Squarespace's iPhone app lets you publish your blog on the go and comment moderation. Get push notifications to approve new comments, mark existing comments as spam, reply to comments, and more, all from your iPhone. Many of the internet's highest traffic web pages are powered by Squarespace, not to mention many of the personal pages of Revision 3 hosts and personalities. So go to squarespace.com/FilmRiot to get your free 2-week trial and learn more.
Logo.
The other week, I met up with Brian Brushwood. You know that crazy bastard that eats fire?
So like do that, but like hold it for a good long time.
Anyway, the other week, Brian and I got together to have a bit of a face-off. Since both of our professions involve a sort of sleight of hand, we thought it would be fun to put my digital magic versus Brian's analog magic. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm about to show you back-to-back clips of 8 different tricks, each of them numbered. Then once you've watched it, it's your job to decide which of the tricks were digital and which were analog. And you will do that by going to the link here and voting in the poll. Then next week, I will reveal the correct answers and walk you through how we did all the digital trickery. But before I show you this, I need to clarify the difference between digital magic and analog magic, just to make sure we play fair. Digital magic is anything that needs the assistance of post-production in any way, be it a cut or a sound edit or After Effects work. Analog magic is a trick that was captured completely in camera with no need for any post-production work whatsoever. So with that clarified, take a look at the tricks.
This one's the French drop's really considered kind of like grade school magic. Did it?
Ryan, we gonna do this or what? It's hot. And smelly next to jerky, jerk-faced McJerkisons. What is that? The zipper insult? What is that? Yeah. All right,
Showing you my man card.
Well, are you ready to get nice? All right, I'm gonna wizard you. Get out of here. Oh God! Why would you do that? It was not nice. You probably saw this at a kid's birthday party or something. The old floating coin gag. Let me see if I can get it. You gotta get it set up just right so that there we go. And you can see there's nothing below, like everyone thinks. And then there's nothing above. There we go. You can see, just like that. It's a little baby monkey, and I'm throwing it in my hands, and for some reason I've made up an entire song that I sing with this.
Did you catch which ones were analog and which were digital? If you're feeling confident, jump over to this link and throw in your vote. Then, like I said, we'll reveal if you're right or not next week. As an added bonus, once you voted in the poll, jump over to my Twitter and send me which of the 8 you think are analog or digital. The first one to get all 8 correct on my Twitter will win a free Filmmaker t-shirt. So, do not delay. Get your vote on today.
Guys, it's called sleight of hand. It's an illusion.
Silence witch! Burn the witch! Burn the witch! Burn the witch! Burn the witch!
Guys! Witches are chicks. I'm a guy. Be a wizard.
Burn the wizard! 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 You know how you have that one friend who always hooks you up with the cool new bands before anyone else has ever heard of them? Well, Thrillist is a lot like that, but for cool new stuff to do and places to go. Want to know about a Star Wars burlesque show, or a beer garden that screens 80 flicks, or a restaurant with a sushi robot? I do, then sign up for Thrillist, a free daily email that sifts through the crap to find the best new bars, restaurants, events, and services. Whatever it is, they promise it will not suck. Hit up Thrillist.com/Film Riot and you'll start getting their sweet, sweet knowledge right away. The end is currently the thing that we have arrived to currently, but until next week's episode time area, you can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/Ryan_Conley. You can also follow Brian Brushwood on Twitter and check out his show Scam School on revision3.com/Scam School. Also, you can enjoy some ones and zeros friendshipality on our Facebook, and we'll see you next week when I'm forced into the family business and end up shoving the head of some rideable animal in the bed of my enemy.
Godfather?
Stop guessing them!
I want to be a part of it too.
Nope!
Wouldn't it be a wizard? Burn down wizard! Alright, we ready? Crazy. What? Burn the witch! So you just light it, put it in my mouth. You had one job. Put it in my mouth. I panicked a little bit. I panicked a little bit.